Tommy, Surge, Big Sexy Gary, Micro Machine, Spastric, Karen, Gold Chest, ML1, Yuri, Coco, good morning, Fayano, more J-Bay Baja, Mr. Bugs, Thomas Paul, good morning to you, Grigo El Diablo, Mike, good morning, Randy Miller, Trader Page, Nick K, Gary, Michael, Karen, Todd, J-Bay, Mr. Bugs, Paul Yoon, Thomas, 29 Stumps, Luis, Philippe, Mike Chewy, Hindsight King, Jim McCauley, morning Jim's S, Mallow Tick, Trader Guy, G Wiz, TNT Praz, Leg of Lamb, Kentucky, Eddie's Bong, Gui, David Tomas, Sophia Astrid, Sunrise Driver, Tiger Trading, George H2, Rhino America, good morning. Did anybody get long in this market? Oh my goodness. I almost got the sickest long this morning. Go back to the 3-minute chart here. I almost got this long. Where was it? Right here for this breakout. Oh, I just missed it. It was so frustrating. This right here. That breakout. That was my golden ticket. I was like, oh, I'm going to get this long and I'm going to hold it all day. I got up and I got away from my terminal and it was like doing this thing already. I was like, nah. Because if I got in like here, I probably would have got stopped out on that pullback. But is anybody long? I know that there was somebody in MC that was talking about getting long and just holding long since like the open of Globex, which is like, you might have got stopped out there, but MJ Trade's still in it. What's your average? Let's see here. XFA and practice. Nice. Trader Page. Ooh, wow, dude. Whoa, yo, let's go. Trader Page in the building this morning. Nice. Sweet. Got bottom ticked from my long when I woke up earlier. Oh, dang it. It's crazy to see the S&P back below 6,000. I don't know how long we're going to stay under there. Got in, but already out, so green small. Hey, it's better than no trades. Look at it. I got nothing on. I hate when I miss a trade like that where it would have been like, oh my gosh, what a gangster trade that would have been. We are like pushing up right around that 668 level, that MC level. So snag some scalps to finish the combine. Nice work there, Gringo. Rocket Beat says was short gold and closed because I was looking at the wrong level. That happens. Happens to the best of us. Do me a favor. Let's get these likes in early so we can get those all out of the way. Super early. I got a lot of DMs asking me about whether or not I made a bundle of cash for FOMC. I did not. I ended up locking out like literally right before the FOMC announcement happened. It was probably like, I want to say 2 minutes before the top of the hour. And I locked out and the FOMC announcement was like, I mean, the moment that the announcement came out, I wrote in my Discord, I was like, oh, the market ain't going to like this one. Obviously, I didn't expect 1,000 points down. I would have traded like SPX options if I would have expected 1,000 points straight down. Speaking of straight down, the market is coming straight down right here. Look at this right above my head in the book map. But I want to play a game in here and I want to see, if you're going to lie, you're going to lie, but whatever. But let's try. Let's figure out. Coach Hoop, what's up, buddy? Quite the sell-off. Yeah, 3% down, I think, registers on quite the sell-off. It's like ridiculous. Let's play a game, though. Who made the most money yesterday on the sell-off? If I would have put on 15 contracts from the top, I mean, that's $300,000. Realistically, I probably could have made like, I don't know, 50 grand or 100, who knows? But I was locked out. But I did feel good about giving the advice to the MC members and saying, market ain't gonna like this thing because the S&P dot plot shift. That was kind of the biggest thing. So in a real funded account, who do we think made the most here? I made $0. Like yesterday, I made, what did I make? Like $1,100 because I traded right off the open there. But I didn't make more than that. I traded on a practice account, which who cares, right? Practice account. Okay, so $250 is the number to beat. 250. Oh yeah, who made? Was it Nigel that made? Somebody made $12,000 in MC. Did anybody beat $12,000? Could anybody actually beat $12,000 here? Hold on, I have a straggler in my room here. Give me a second. One moment. I thought he was in here. Give me a moment. There we go. We got our little straggler here. Look at this little guy. He said, "Hey, what are you doing in here?" This is actually my lead quant right here. This is the person who presses all the buttons for me. But anyway, there you go, little buddy. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. That's funny because I was going outside of my office and I thought I saw that little bugger come in here, and I always keep the door closed because it's a soundproof office. I just heard, I'm talking here, I hear, "Wow!" Okay, so can anybody beat $12,000? Let's see. Market Stalker D in the building. What's up? How you doing? I was long NKD overnight in XFA, $3,500. Would have held longer, but I passed out around 4 a.m. Well, that's good. Let's see here. He looks very happy. He's a very happy cat. He lives a life of luxury. Oh, yeah, the music. I feel like we need to... Let's get that music going again. Give me 1 second here. All right, there we go. How many likes for a Topstep Combine giveaway? We could probably do like 1,200, 2,000, somewhere in that range. Yesterday, we were so close to getting 1,000. I don't know why everybody waits until the last moment for the like button. It's weird. Very weird. Lost the XFA before news. Also made 12K on DAX. Oh my gosh, nice work there, D. So 12,000 is the whatchamacallit, the score to beat. Wonder if anybody made more than 12,000 yesterday. It's crazy after a move like that. I feel like somebody had to have made more than 12K. Somebody. Locked my account before the news, didn't want to be tempted. I was in the same boat, dude. That was me. I literally locked out my account, so I couldn't even, I just watched it go straight out. I switched over to my practice account, and it was just like printing money. Well, practice money. Can't really buy much with practice money these days. I do want to look for a potential long here, though. I wonder what's going to happen when we're bumping up into 6,000. The good news is that we do have a lot of news coming across the wire today. If they sized up, for sure, but don't like trading size on FOMC, tough to get out. Yep, true. Especially if you're trading an illiquid market. If you're trading something like the NASDAQ or the S&Ps, generally pretty easy to get out of that stuff. Nice rug on the chat about the likes yesterday. I mean, I was kept on saying, all right, I'll give you folks another minute. I'll give you another more minute. And then I was like, okay, 30 seconds. And it was like right before. And then, I said I'm leaving, and it went from like 980 likes to like 1,100 likes almost instantly the moment that I got off. So, Rips, I passed my combine this morning. Nice work there, Audie. Is the stream down? I don't think so, since we're all chatting here. Passed the combine yesterday with only trading the MNQ, just 8 days, and really felt stress-free trading. Very nice, Chewy. That's how it should be. What really caused that downfall yesterday? That's a really good question. It was because, in my opinion, the adjustment to the SEP dot plot. That's usually a big one. SEP is the summary of economic projections, and the dot plot was changed to curtail the amount of rate cuts that they were estimating in the next year. And the market was pricing in 4 rate cuts next year, 4 25 basis point rate cuts. And the new SEP dot plot came out, and it said that there's going to be 2. So cutting the amount of rate cuts in half. I mean, Even if we went from 4 to 3, that's a big deal. But going from 4 to 2 is what I would deem pretty extreme. Wonder how many blue accounts trying to pick the bottom? Yeah, I mean, that's also a thing too, where people are trying to jump back into a market where, you know, I don't really agree with that. I'm going to try this here. I'm going to take a long here. I want to be able to add to this position too, but I'm looking for longs, and I want to add, like, if we pull back to like 40 or 50. So I'm long the market right now on my Topstep live funded account. I like the way this market's moving. I want to see if we can get up and over these 80s. That would be lovely. And if we could pull back to say like 60 or 50, I can add to that as well. I feel like the pullback was inevitable, but FOMC dot plot shoved it up a cliff. Yes, it sure did. So watching this liquidity up here, and we are pushing into 59.90. Watching the S&Ps here. Let's see if we get any kind of push through this. If we do get a strong push through this, I think that we can start cutting up through the next couple areas in the market here. Oh, let's watch carefully. 121 contracts in the S&P above this level right here now. Just trying to get a quick little scalpacito here before the news happens. So 59.90 is still kind of trading around here. See if we can hold this push. That's good music. Jobless claims because it's Thursday, and then we also get the GDP. The Q3 third reading annualized GDP. Dang it, I missed my ad. I was looking at that news. Let's see if we can get up and over 59.90 here. I'm looking at S&Ps to start taking some liquidity above this. Let's see if we can pop this up and over. There we go. That's a nice little papacito. I'm going to add right there. We had some liquidity right there at 75 that I think that is going to kind of prop up the market a little bit. Add again here if we pull back down to like 66 or so. Adding again. I want to see if we can get this. I'm going to try to fill at like 80 quarters. We should be able to get this pop right into that 80 quarters because we should exchange some liquidity right above that 80 level. Watching here. You see my 9 contracts in the dome. There you go. Filled out. So there we go. Quick little scalp for $858 in our Topstep X live funded account. I wanted to get that scalp out before the news happens in 15 minutes. So, and there we go. Nice little pullback. The moment we're out. Thank you, market makers, for filling our order. I appreciate that. I think it's the music. The music is what's convincing these market makers. 858 keeps the 9 to 5 away. I agree. It's kind of like a little bit of a micro squeeze right around this 59.90 area too in the S&Ps. Yes, the down thrust and up TL breach confirms the ending diagonal. 5th wave failure, so big rallies to 59.70. 10 long-term time frame traders are dominating. I like that, Charles. Nice analysis. Nice pullback now to 70, and we are seeing some bids showing up. I think that there's a lot of people kind of preparing for this news. I think they're going to be displacing a lot of this liquidity still on this news. I'm just curious if I'm going to take that or not. I'm debating on whether or not I want to lock my account for 15 minutes. So yeah, the question was this morning, 12,000 was the biggest trade that we had in our community yesterday. I'm just curious if anybody can beat that $12,000. Rip's good trade because he got in the room. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. We all know that's true. What if there is no one to buy when you want to get out with your take profit? Then if you're in a live account, if there's no buyers to your sell, then there's going to be no transaction. But we're trading a very liquid market. You can always mark it in if you need to panic out of your position. And obviously you're going to get a much worse fill than if you're using a limit order, of course, for the most part. I mean, there's very edge case scenarios where you will get a fill, and it will be better, but we're talking about extreme edge case scenarios there. Good morning, Rios and chat. Good morning to you, Chauncey. Data dependent is the word now for sure. Yeah, that in the last 18 FOMC meetings. I swear. Bro, I'm sorry, I didn't understand this trade. Could you explain it quickly? Yeah. So, using the confluence of the order flow between the NQ and the S&Ps, we're looking at the S&Ps to trade into that 59.90 area, and there's some liquidity that they're started to offer above it, and that's what we're looking for that target to swipe up to. So since they're moving in the same direction, there's convergence between the two indices, right? S&Ps are moving in tandem with the NASDAQ. So we're using like this whole number area where we're knowing that we're going to have stops being popped in that index, and then we're looking over here if there's orders that were being stacked below to kind of support that. What does that tell me? If we're seeing orders stacked below and we're coming to a point, right? Let's just use whole numbers, like 59.90. We know that there's going to be stops placed above that level. We know that they're going to target those stops. We know that we're looking for a sweep of liquidity above that. If I start to see people in the NASDAQ, whether they're algorithms, market makers, or actual participants, if I start to see people that are stacking on the bid underneath, that means what? It means that if people are going to sell down sharply into that, they're going to absorb that order flow. They're going to absorb that liquidity on the bid, and they're going to be doing it with thicker bids. That's what we started to see in the tape there. And when they're pushing down, and that's why I added to 9 contracts, when they're pushing down into that liquidity, it's super strong to hold it there. So if you think about it, if you have 10 people in a room and each person has 1 contract to sell, there's nothing that those 10 people can do with each 1 contract to sell through an order of 200 bids. There's just nothing they can do. They can reduce the amount of bids from 200 to 190, but there's no amount of strength that 10 people with 1 contract apiece can do anything to sell through that. And so when you're seeing that on the fly, you have to make a snap decision. Obviously, I have risk management in place where my finger can slide right over to that flatten all button. If the tape changes immediately, I'm out of that trade. But what we're looking for is that absorption. So we're looking for the confluence of 59.90 pop sweep of liquidity, and then we're looking for those bids to come stacking up in the NQ to support that ideology that, okay, we also see what you're seeing. Let's support the bid here in case somebody sells down into us so we can ride that pop as well. That's kind of the short-term explanation there. Yesterday, I entered a short at 22,385, only took 18 points profit, 360, which I was happy with. Need to learn to hold bounce rate off my 4-hour, 3-day downtrend. So what I would say for that is find a way to keep a runner and just put your stop somewhere like right around where your entry is and just leave it. The good thing about Topstep too is that they're going to close your position at the end of the day. They're going to actually close it. So, I mean, that's a huge deal. You don't have to worry about it. You can just walk away from your terminal. I would have loved to be short where, we had a trader in MC who was short from like 22,900, I believe. I'm not sure. Let me see. But they posted an image yesterday. I want to see what they nailed it. Let me see if I can actually bring this up. This was the sickest trade that I saw. Wait, why is it gone now? I thought it was here. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. I'm actually going to show this on screen. So, here, I'm going to move this right here. Give me a minute. All right, let's see. There we go. Okay, so this was their trade. This is not my trade. This is somebody in MC. And this was like the best trade, I think, from anybody that I saw. So look at this. This is in their Express funded account. They made $12,000. But look at this. They caught a long from 336, closed that long at 351. And then they shorted 21,900 and they covered at 21,320 on one single contract. This is what they made. So don't sit here and tell me that you can't make a lot of money trading smaller size. And by the way, one contract should never be considered small size. Like, yeah, one micro, but not one mini. Look at this trade. Like, that might be the sickest trade that I've seen all month or even all quarter. Look at that. Look at that. Like, and the close at 320? Like, how sick is that bottom tick, dude? And like, this is a real thing. This is express funded, 50K express funded, balance $16,000 in a 50K. Don't sit here and tell me you can't make money in a 50K account. Like, this is insane. That's literally like, I saw that trade and I was like instantly like, oh my gosh, one of the sickest trades I've seen. You know who you are, MC member. Sorry, I'm glazing you so much, but one of the sickest trades. One of the sickest trades. So that was somebody in MC. I'm still shocked by that exit. The low of the market yesterday was 311, if I'm not mistaken. 311. 311. And they covered at 320. What? Imagine that with your 20 accounts. Yeah. I know. That's crazy to me. I mean, that's got to be the best trade. That's the best trade. Imagine now, let's just say that person decided to take that with one single contract. Instead of doing one contract, they were trading 5 contracts, and then they did it copied across 5 accounts. That would be a $302,000 day. Oh my goodness. So there you have it. That was the rock star trade of the day. Not mine. Not my trade. I want to be very clear. That is not my trade. That is somebody who traded in MC there. We're going to see some massive wins on Topstep today. I was looking forward to that. I think that if somebody can tag me like on Twitter when they post like yesterday's best, like when I was playing poker yesterday, I was like, dang, I could have made so much money on that drop if I wouldn't have locked out. But then I was like, whatever, I locked out. I probably wouldn't have held it or whatever. I tried to talk myself away from the idea that I actually would have. What a day. It's not often that you see the NQ dropping a full 1,000 points, which is insane. Does FOMC always have big moves like that? One of the things when it comes to the market, one of the words that you kind of have to erase from your vocabulary is always. Because when it comes to the market, you're talking about an organic, living, breathing thing, right? You have to remember the market moves based on the content of whatever the participant's ideology is in these trades. So even though algorithms are computer programs, they're directed by human ideologies for the most part. It's not that, I mean, there may be some AI that is self-writing AI that is improving upon itself in some way, obviously, but for the most part, these are directed by human beings, and those come from human thoughts that create what these algorithms are going to be doing. Then there's market participants that are clicking buttons like you and me. It's an organic, living, breathing thing. So the word always doesn't really apply to the market. And that's one thing I learned early on in trading is that, you know, you bring alwayses to the market, you're going to get booty blasted. Market is 100% psychology, even with algos. Good morning there, Richard. Was it luck? How did they know to hold that long? Are you here, Nigel? Are you watching the stream right now? I don't know if they're awake right now. They're probably, maybe they had a bottle of champagne yesterday to celebrate that trade. I don't think they're awake right now. I would assume, I don't want to speak for this person, but I would assume that they trailed their stop, or they just said, you know what, I'm gonna let this go until for some reason they had 320 marked on their chart. They're probably asleep. Market maker at 651. I'm not seeing that, but we do have, looking over at TradingView, we do have a cluster right here, which is actually pretty spread, like 483 up to 660. Don't fool yourself when you're looking at the charts today, by the way. This just looks super compressed because this was such an outlier move. This is actually quite the range here, 480 up to 660. We're talking about almost, 680. That's a 200-point range there. So this is a healthy zone to be eyeing, but let's see what happens on these jobless claims. In addition to the jobless claims coming out today, we also are going to have the Q3 third annual reading of the GDP. Q3 GDP is a big deal, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they come out with that. Let's see if there's any previews so far. GDP, we're looking at 2.8%. The preliminary was 2.8%. Personal consumption at 3.6%. So let's see how this shakes out. Yeah, even with 90% odds set up, there's still 10% that can bite you in the peaches. Yes, indeed. Rips, what is your holiday trading advice? Slow down. If you're ever, if you're ever curious about how you should be facing the markets, the answer usually is slow down, size down. Especially if you haven't gone through the paces of trading a certain session in the market before. Like for the person who has never traded FOMC before, the answer is going to be, let's relax, let's chill out. Let's take it easy. For the person who's never traded on any kind of economic release, slow down, relax, let's watch, let's see, Hi Rips, long time no see, finally holiday from work. Could you ask Topstep CEO for business idea to buy gift combine for a friend on Topstep X dashboard? Thank you for all the lessons you give. That's actually a really good suggestion, being able to gift a combine. The only thing that I would be wary of, maybe you could gift like a coupon code that would be the first month because it rebills. That's the only thing that I would be concerned about. So that's a good suggestion. I'll pass it off to Mr. MP. November 26, 27, 29, all closed the day at 21,300. It was the first sign of support since this bull run of all-time highs. So yeah, that's probably what they were eyeing there. 320 is a great close regardless. Rips, the Topstep store has a gift card on the store. Does it have it for, I don't think it's a gift card for combines. It's probably just a gift card for clothing. Sales tax coming for all Topstep purchases in 2025. Is that true for combines as well? That could be like a new nationwide law on digital goods. Ribs, how do you get the price access book map to look like how you have it? Which part of it? What do you mean? Like I can scrunch it by scrolling my mouse wheel. What part do you mean? All right, data's out in 5 seconds here. Let's watch. Let's go to book map and watch. Look at how cleared out the order book is. .1%, 0.3 higher than expected. Yikes. I didn't expect that. Oh yeah, we also have that PCE price index. The real one's tomorrow. This is baby PCE. Jobless claims at 220,000. Continuing claims at 1.87 million. Very muted reaction so far. The market's seemingly nervous to digest this print so far. I don't think it's a nothing burger, but the market's kind of waffling about here. Just looking here. The GDP is not that big of an outlier. Personal consumption's at 3.7 versus a 3.6 estimate, so nothing really there. I don't know. It'd be nice to see this pull back to like 620 and then maybe we look for longs there. Just looking here, 660. It's kind of the level we're trading at here. Are we in for a hangover day? It's funny, like it would be the coolest thing ever in the market today would be a decent recovery day, but I don't expect that we're going to make 1,000 points of recovery. No chance. Well, we don't have that much ground to make up anymore. It would be, oh goodness, what would it be? 700 points ish. I'm just waiting to see for the market to do something on these prints. Too much champagne. 50% of the drop would be nice. How far are we recovered? I need to figure out what that thing is to... $987 points and we've recovered 330, 340. So we're about 33% of the way. I mean, we could make 50%, right, D? Does Topstep X have the ability to use... missed that one. Ability to use trailing stops automatically and follow the move up or down. I don't know about automatically, but it's an order type. You can use a trailing stop. I've never used it on Topstep X, so I can't give it any advice on it. I would try it in your practice account. That's what I would do. Let me see if we can switch over to the practice account. We could do this. Let's switch over to the practice account really quick. Okay, this is our practice account. Let's say that we wanted to do sell one at the market. This is our practice account. Practice. And then I want to do trailing stop, distance, 100 ticks, buy one. Okay. Let's see how this works. This is interesting. Can I move it? Oh, I can. Okay, so let's move this tighter. Let's see. This is my practice account. Remember that. This is not a real account. Oh, you can see right there. Practice. So let's watch this trailing stop come on down. If the market continues. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Look at that. It's coming on down. Hey, there we go. Pretty dang cool, right? So I just used the order type trailing stop. Topstep needs stop limit orders. I agree. All stop orders are currently market orders. Can you mention on Topstep X they have the alert on a day, but not the results of like jobless claims and things? Do they not? That's something that could definitely be added to the news. This, by the way, is my practice account. Look at that. Practice account is booling. Crazy town. Why does it only say 1 day win? That's not accurate. Heck yeah, practice account. Let's go, baby. So there's our trailing stop order. So I've never used that before on Topstep X, but it looks like it's working pretty well. Trailing stop, you just have to go to your order type. And we got tagged out there. Okay, let's go back to our live account. There we go. Back in our live. All that fake cash, I know. Right? A lot of fake cash. So how did I do trailing stop? If you go to your order window, there's a thing called order type. Let me see if I can bring this over at all. Nah, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna move that back. It's not gonna show it. But it's under order type. You just change it to trailing stop. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you set the trail for 24 handles and you place the order, if you don't like the level at 24, you click up to say 42 handles, it will trail you 42 handles. Very cool. Very, very cool. So just put it at like 200 ticks all the time. It'll get out of the way, and then you can, then you can just move your stop. Yeah, I just did it, Vadim. We just did it on the practice account. Where's the practice account on Topstep X? You have to activate it in your dashboard. So it's one of those things you have to activate. If you have a take profit, the trail will not stay. Oh, I mean, it will stay. Okay, good to know. That sell-off was so crazy, we got all the way down to levels we haven't traded at since last week. Well, technically, we weren't trading this contract last week, right? So, even though it seems like we were trading those levels, this contract wasn't. You know what I mean? Ever trade CFD props? CFDs I don't think are legal in the United States. But no, to answer your question, I never have. And I think it's very dangerous to trade stuff like that. You need to be trading a market that is regulated like the CME markets. Because the quote on the price that you're getting is the real quote. And it's not like... I think this is what the problem is with a lot of FX firms out there, especially like FX prop firms. They can kind of quote you whatever spread they want that doesn't have any relationship to the spread that you would get at a real brokerage. And that's one of the things that's great about trading futures. People who come from the FX space, they tend to really enjoy trading futures because they don't have to worry about spreads that don't exist in reality. Good morning, Rips. When's the next WSP? I'm thinking you're saying WPT. I'm going to be on a poker stream. The next poker stream is going to be January 25th. I did play poker yesterday. Played at the Win. We played 25, 50, 100. Had a really nice session. It was nice playing with those folks. I hadn't played with them in probably like 2 months with that group that I used to play with all the time. And it was a really fun session. Had a really great time. A lot of fun. How long can you personally lock out accounts for? I don't want to trade until the New Year's due now to price. Well, you can't do it for that long. You can lock it out for the entire day. You can't lock it out for multiple days that I'm aware of. Hey, Rips, have you ever traded in your Express account and the order filled on your Combine instead of? Only if I have my Combine selected. That's the only way that could happen. It's going to be operator error. And the thing that you want to make sure of is that you're using your linking in Topstep X. If you're not using your linking, you're going to have your accounts are going to be all over the place. Like you're going to have your order window might be trading on your Combine. Your chart window might be set to your XFA, and like the DOM might be set to your Combine, and etc. So if you're live, the risk team can do it for you. Oh, that's a good point. Thank you for that, D. Yeah, if you are trading in your Topstep live account, you can hit up. They give you a phone number. One of the coolest things about Topstep when you go into a live account, they give you a phone number that's literally direct line to the risk management team. And you can call them anytime you want when they're open, when they're actually at their desk, which is most of the time. And you can pretty much ask them to do anything. It's up to them whether or not they're going to do it, right? Like I could call Mick right now and be like, hey, dude, I want to trade 200 contracts. Can I do that? And he'd go, ha ha ha. Why are you wasting my time? Or something like that. But, you can request anything you want from the risk management team. Ribs, don't play 83s, man. But it's nice since you made a flush. Oh, it was 8 deuce. It was 8 deuce. I think I raised under the gun with 8 deuce suited. It was funny because after the hand, one of the pro players was like, he's like, wait, were you straddling that hand? I said, no, I opened. It was hilarious. You got to mix it up sometimes. That was like, I don't know, $30,000 pot or something like that. The live account applies for Mexico? I mean, if you're in of course. What do you mean? You got to be in a live account, though. They do it for all different countries. It's almost like you're at a real trading desk once you're live, huh? Yeah, imagine that. Why do I always hit top or bottom ticks of the wrong side? It's part of being a trader. You're going to go through periods in your trades. I go through it all the time. I do it live on stream. I catch a lot of flack for it. I'll be reading the market completely just poorly, and I'll short the bottom of the market. Happens all the time to me. Then I'll long the top of the market. Happens all the time to me. So you're not alone. I've had it happen for weeks on end where I cannot stop bottom end ticking the market on the wrong side of things. Like, I was like sitting there and, 2 weeks into a cold streak, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to short this market. Keeps on going down. You sit there and you're like, okay, I'm just going to be patient. Out of the pocket. Keeps going down. You're like, okay, fine. You know what? I'm going to short it. Keeps going down. All right, fine. I'm going to short it. You press the button. The moment you click that button, it pops up. That's trading sometimes. It's super frustrating, but it's going to happen sometimes. Coach Jay in the building. What's up, buddy? Like, it happens specifically on cold streaks. And I've done it on stream tons of times, right? It's a part of trading. Get through it. Come out on the other side of things, and then you start to read the market better. You get your confidence back. Get rid of the greed gremlins. It's just how it works sometimes. That's what made the post FOMC dump so difficult to join. Always thought it would be shorting the low. Yeah, and then also, like, there's plenty of people who did short like a temporary low. Because, like, look, let's go to the chart here. Like, it's not like yesterday was like an easy day to trade, even though the market seemingly went straight down. But like, let's look at this. I mean, dude, your risk tolerance maybe on a trade is like 10 points. Okay, let's say you're shorting like right here. We're just going to pick an area. 829. This bounced to a high of, I can't read that. 895. Dude. Okay, so look, like this is what I'm saying is like, and thank you, Dan, for pointing this out. You short it right here, and it seems like you're going to be safe. Oh, you are not safe, Buckarooski. Look at this bounce. Like imagine imagine the pain you'd feel. You short, you get clapped. You're back into another combine or whatever it is that you're trading. And then you're finally like, okay, it's going back down. And then you short it again here at 800 and then it claps you again. And then you're like, okay, fine. I'm going to long it down here, right? Okay, tell you what, I'm going to long it down here at this support. And it just goes, brrr. And you're like, fine, I'm going to short it down here. Brrr. Like, this is not like, don't fool yourself in thinking this is like an easy market to trade. You know what I mean? This is not an easy market to trade. There's plenty of cheeks that were given a round of applause yesterday. Hey, market, give my cheeks a round of applause. Don't be kidding yourself just because like on the 15-minute it looks super clean. This is a market that was like giving a standing ovation to cheeks. If anybody asks you like how your trading went yesterday, you say the market gave my cheeks a standing ovation. That's funny. Stop fooling yourself thinking that the market's easy to trade. It's never going to be easy to trade. Even on a move that looks so pure like this, there's people getting beat up. Locked out, lucky to lock up $1,300. Love that, King Caesar. There's only one way where anyone could have shorted that, which is before the interest rate decision. Press short and cover your eyes. Yeah. And that's the thing is like we showed that trade earlier from Nigel who had like the most rock star trade ever. What a trade. Like, boy, I wish I had that myself. I made $1,100 yesterday. I'm not mad about it, right? I'm not mad about making $1,100, but I wish I made $12K like my buddy there. Big-headed astronaut says, I got clapped and reset my account 3 times yesterday trying to get that last funded account. How did it work out? Did you end up, did you win the battle in the end? M. Cree says, all I wanted for Xmas was 2 more XFAs. Xmas came early. XFA miss. Nice work. Let's see. Juan says, I was in my Express account and placed a trade and it disappeared the whole time. That order placed on my combines, I didn't even know. I thought the Express rejected it. End of day, combine was up 23K. Dang, I'm sorry. Yes, I won the battle. Definitely felt the tilt coming on though. It's easy to feel tilt when the market's moving that quickly, that violently. See, that's the thing too. Like I locked up $1,100 yesterday and I locked my account before the interest rate decision. I could have been one of those people who like pressed short and then it bounces 80 points in my face. Like I would have been frustrated by that. It's very easy to cheat yourself and think like, oh, look at market went straight down. No, it didn't. Market went straight down with a lot of crazy violent pops on the way down. Good luck holding through those, King Caesar says, thanks, Rips. It's all about, are you in sync or not? If not, time to wait or stay out. I agree. Timothy asks, how do you prepare yourself to make big money? Pretty bizarre emotionally. It's one of those things. Windfall days happen, right? When I had my biggest trading day ever, was in an options trade. I didn't expect to make that much money, but I did. And it's awesome. It's a strange feeling, of course, but it's trading. Sometimes you're going to have windfall days. Usually what I've found throughout my years of trading is that windfall days tend to happen when you least expect them. If you're counting on a day, like if you go into FOMC yesterday and you're like, I'm going to make $1 bazillion, you're probably not, because you're putting so much pressure on yourself. You're kind of like calling it out that you're going to crush it. Windfall days happen when you least expect it. Tim says, I should have locked out yesterday. Yeah. Yep. Market participants are obviously more inclined to buy the market, find the pop, scalp. Thank you. Now needs to keep dropping. Yep, very true. JC says, Rip, I have 5 XFAs and 4 past combines. How should I trade it, aggressively or slow, or 1 XFA at a time? It's all down to your risk tolerance, because at the end of the day, Nobody's going to know how to trade that outside of you, right? You're going to be the person clicking the buttons. There's a lot of times where people go from trading in a combine to then trading in an XFA, and all of the stuff that got them from the combine stage into the XFA just kind of goes out the window. And that's a huge problem, and it's very, very common too. It's not where it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's sort of like you're nervous, you're scared, this is real money now. And like, let's say in your combine, you were holding trades for like 7 to 10 points or something in the NASDAQ, or 7 to 10 points in the ES, which would be extreme. And then you find yourself like getting into a trade, you see some green and you're like, you come too quickly and you take it off. You're scared, you're nervous. A lot of things happen because of our psychological intervention in trades and in trading. How do you get through it? Put yourself in those situations more often. It becomes more comfortable. How did we learn to ride a bike as a child? Well, we got on the bike and we fell off the bike plenty of times. The bike toppled over. Maybe we used training wheels or whatever. But the point is that you have to go through the motions. You don't learn to do something by not doing it and just thinking about it. Don't learn to snowboard by watching snowboarding videos and never go snowboarding. Don't learn to golf by never swinging a golf club. You have to put yourself out there and do it. And you have to be expected to have some level of failure in your learning process. I'm still learning every single day that I'm trading. I'm trying my best, believe it or not. I know when you're watching me trade terribly, you're probably thinking, well, I'm not trading my best. No, I'm trying. I just suck that day. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I really am. Every single day, I'm trying to make money from the market. I do enjoy making money from the market. Some days it may not look like that. But that's the reality, right? That's the reality. We're trying our best. We're trying. And we're learning every day. And if you're honest with yourself and you're not tricking yourself to be like, I'm going to make a gajillion dollars today, maybe you will that day. Maybe you won't. If you're trading well, Topstep's new rule almost dictate that you copy trade 5 XFAs because once they move any account to live, they'll all be closed. Is that true? I guess it is in a way. Holy Earth in the building. What's up, buddy? Holy Earth, if I could gift you a membership, I would. I wish I could. I wish there was a way that I could gift you a membership. If you're scared to lose, you're risking too much. Yes, that is so true. It's very true. If you find yourself have issues. Did we lose connection for a minute there? Off topic, do you have to go to NA drink in the evenings at home? What's NA drink? And I thought it was just the Celsius. Non-alcoholic, do you have to? Whenever we go out to dinner, I usually just ask for what the list of mocktails are. We're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. My connection got a little buggered. Whenever we go out to dinner, my wife and I, they in Vegas here, they always have a list of mocktails. Like this past weekend, I had, if you folks know what a Negroni is, this one place that we went to, steakhouse. We had, she had like a lavender mojito mocktail, and I had what they call a no-groni, which is a Negroni that has no alcohol in it. Rose, what are you getting the missus for Christmas? Something very, very special. She's going to be quite pleased. Maybe I'll post it on IG. Yeah, it's called a no-groni because there's no alcohol in it. Negroni is the drink equivalent of chopped liver. What do you mean? Who doesn't like a good Negroni? I love Negronis. Please stop me if you notice that I had a lot of adrenaline. Hey, what's up, Mohammed? How you doing there, buddy? How are you? Here. Make your name blue here. Thank you. Your name is now blue, so I never miss you. Don't ever want to miss you. Mocktails are everywhere in London. Gonna miss those when we move to the countryside. Oh dear, yeah. Gonna have to learn to make your own. Do you not drink either? Miss D. There's a video of someone making 64K from yesterday. Wow. That's crazy. Stream going on for 40 years. Where are all the likes at? 40 years. Nice to see you here. Good to have you with us. Rips, do you establish a bias for the day? I know you trade momentum, so there isn't a big need, but just curious. Sometimes I like to look at, when I'm writing the memo, the benefit of me writing the memo every single morning is that I'm able to look at the ranges of where other equities are. So, for instance, let's just say that we've had like a big down day like we had yesterday. And one of the things I noticed when I'm writing the memo this morning, which, by the way, if you ever want to catch the morning memo, the version that doesn't have like the NASDAQ levels and the S&P levels and the Dow levels, the gold, the crude, the Russell, if you ever want that version, it's released every single day for free on E-Trade, Webull, get it out, Rips, Thinkorswim. I know I'm missing a couple. It's on a bunch. It goes out to all the major brokerages. And if you just search like Rips Morning Memo or Market Clubhouse Morning Memo, it'll pop up in Google as well. So one of the cool things about that is that I give out the levels for SPY, Triple Qs, Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, Google. What am I leaving out? Apple. So you can use those levels to kind of see like where the Mag 7 are situated. And it's awesome because like today, one of the things that stuck out to me like a sore thumb was we had both NVIDIA and Tesla kind of not showing a lot of weakness. And in fact, they were showing a tremendous amount of strength. Like NVIDIA drew from 136 down to around 128 or so. NVIDIA's trading back above 130. That to me says that that's a stronger market, and we might be in for that bounce that D was looking for as well. Right? We might be looking for maybe a 50% retracement. Maybe. When I see strength like that, relative strength in one of these names that should be ripping to the downside, right? Like Microsoft and Meta both saw a tremendous rip to the downside. I think Microsoft gave off about 12 points or so, which is a lot. That's a lot of that's a lot of liquidity being exchanged. That's a lot of market cap being released out of the market, right? And so, for that reason, you might be seeing some strength today. So to answer your question, long-winded answer to your question. Yeah, I do look at the market. I do try to develop somewhat of a bias, but I don't let it control when I'm looking for scalps. Because think about it, right? If I'm just looking to, let's just say that we took a trade, like I'm seeing this being a topping area of the market here. Obviously, I didn't take this trade. But let's just say I'm looking for this to be a topping area of the market and I'm looking for anything below here to take profit. I'm only trading this part of the market here. Now, if we zoom out, we can see how insignificant of a piece of the market that is. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just looking for a tiny little movement here. So does that really interfere with the directionality of the market on the day? We could see the market go like this, but we could see the market go like this today, but I still could have made my points on this little itty bitty part of the market. That makes sense? There you have it. Tricky day, tons of people eager to buy the dip. Meanwhile, there are also trailing stops from yesterday above that will trigger overnight longs with trailing stops below. Very well could. Ribs, do you think the fact that this is a rollover week impacted the sell-off much? It's weird, right? We're trading in the new contract right now, and we...
Are you dreaming of more freedom, more dough to thrive, and financial options to keep your dreams alive? If you can dream it, then bread provides, yeah. More than a bank, we're here for you all the way. With bread, your best life starts today. Yeah, your money doing so much more. Bread is just the thing that you're looking for. Cause bread loves everyone, and it's the type of journey that should be...
lacked positioning ahead of the FOMC to the short side. I'm quite confident in that, but we have a lot of open interest now in the March contracts. Let me see what we're actually at for the open interest here. Open interest in the March contract as of yesterday was 226,000 at close yesterday. In the December contracts, there's still 106,000 open contracts. Those are all going to be expiring tomorrow. So those will be cash settled contracts. If nobody closes, I really doubt that's going to happen. But there you have it. Hit the likes. Let's Santa rally with Rips. Maybe. But yeah, let's hit the likes. If we get to 500 likes, we'll do a poll. Let's see where we're at right here now. 1,000 likes. We'll stick around. We'll trade the open. Wait, hold on. Is this for real? There's no way this is for real. Wait, why is... YouTube site is buggering out here. Come on, you. Let me see. Okay, now it's loading. Hold on. There we go. Okay. My chat was frozen, so that's good. All right, now we're back. Okay, we have 616 likes. Cool. Awesome. Let's do this. Start a poll. Will the NQ end the day above or below? You know what? I'm going to mix it up today. I'm going to do ES, because now I'm actually curious about this. So the poll is going to be for the ES. Will the ES end the day above or below 6,000? 6,000. That's a good number. Let's see. Above, below. No clue. Here we go. Hit the poll, and let's see. Can we get a more realistic goal for likes so we can trade that open with you? 1,000 is, I mean, it's just about half of the people in here. That's really not that many likes. Honestly, not that much. Hit the like button for Market Soccer D. Yeah, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to convince people to hit the like button. You know? Whatever it takes in here. Let me go back and read chat since we... Oh, welcome here, Josh. Joshua Williams in the chat VIP now. Welcome. Rips, I've been following you for a while now. I like your perspective on things. You're a very, very smart dude. Debatable. I wouldn't go there. Obviously, kind of look at you as a mentor. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's nice. I think I'm a pretty stupid person on some days. I think I'm pretty... I'm a knucklehead on more days than I'd like to count. Matt says, hey, Rips, have you ever played poker with James Romero? Let me see. James Romero, poker. Let me see. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah, no. Don't think I've ever played with him. I've played with a lot of people, but not James Romero. Any ideas of a trade yet? Well, we took one so far. The market is not really giving me what I'd call choice opportunities. I think we're probably going to have to wait until the open. It just looks a little bit too unpredictable for me to be willing to risk my capital in the market right now. So I'm limiting my exposure into the market at this moment. Rips, it's crazy that people don't hit the like button at the moment to show up to the stream. Mohammed makes people start liking the stream. If not, he's not giving information. I like that approach. I really like that approach. SPY has a gap to fill, 576.80 to the downside. Let's check that out, actually. Oops. Wait, where? Wait, did you say 570? Hold on. 576? No way, really? I have a bunch of MC levels down here. 574.65. It's weird that we have those still. This 15-minute. Oh, is this a gap down here? Oh, we got some Christmas tunes going on right now. Lo-fi Christmas. I see. This gap. This is what you're talking about here. Right? Is that what you're talking about? Must be, right? Rizzler Rip should be your name when music is playing. I haven't heard that one before. That's hilarious. Rizzler Rips. That's funny. All right, there's a SPY. Let's go back to the NQ. That's funny. Wow, we are really rolling now. I can't believe that I didn't take anything short from up there, but I didn't see it like this. People are even watching the stream. They should be hitting a like button as soon as they enter. They're here to hear your voice. End of story. Yeah, I mean, whatever. People are welcome to do whatever they want. How long did it take you to master not taking stupid impulsive trades? I mean, I didn't really see my trading improve until the middle of like year 3. Favorite MLB team, Rips? Well, it's going to be the Vegas A's soon enough. The Vegas Athletics. We're stealing all the Oakland teams. Annoying choppy short. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's crazy because we could have flipped short at the 80s when we got filled. We could have just said, hey, you know what? Why don't we take this short here and got ourselves 71 points. Do you think Topstep X will add the ability to lock out a dollar amount? Say you're up 275, you could lock in 210 and continue to trade the 65. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think it'd be very cool to have that as a risk management feature. I would definitely use that myself. Like, it's like your own trailing stop loss on your profits. I think that's freaking awesome. The only thing is that it wouldn't fire exactly all the time correctly. Like right now, if I take 15 contracts and I set my stop loss at 0, there's going to be slippage on that, especially in the live markets, but you're also going to experience that in sim fills too. Doing some chart studying last night, and the ES has a sweet spot around 57.27. I could see us going down too. I mean, that's a big drop. I don't think that's going to happen. That's a lot. Maybe over the course of many days, but I don't know that could happen in just one single session. It's a lot. We'd have to have another tremendous down day. I keep asking, but they just won't put it in Topstep X. I mean, the thing that's great about 2025 is that a lot of these things are going to be added. It's a community centralized product. It's going to be great. I mean, Topstep X has only improved since I started using it. And I think about it. I trade on Topstep X every single day now. I've never really had any issues with it that I can think that I'd be like, yeah, I wish I was trading on another platform. I like it. I enjoy it. This is like elevator music now. Let's see here. I have a genuine question. Don't know if I can even ask it. Please ask it. Why wouldn't you be able to ask any question? Do you ever trade with your own capital? That's all I did before June of 2023. The only thing I ever did was trade my own capital. I only started trading on props in June 2023. I'm going to get Celsius. Give me a second. We're back. Does tapping the top of a carbonated drink do anything, by the way? Does that actually do anything? Take care, Mohammed. We'll see you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you, buddy. Does this actually do anything? Always wondered that. I always do it. It's actually doing it. It makes a sound. That's what it does. It makes a sound. You have a fridge in the office full of those? I do. Yes, I do. It's literally, I got Liquid Death, Perrier, some Red Bull, and mostly Celsius. I don't have any Ghost left in there. I drank it all. I have a case of Ghost in the pantry that I could move over. Where is this question? Rips, I've blown countless combines, but less XFAs. Now I'm realizing my problem to getting a payout is my psych changes. When the thought of real money comes into play, how do I get around it? Love your live. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's just going to take time. There's a big psychological barrier that you're experiencing when you go from your combine to your XFA. Completely normal. Don't feel alienated by what you're going through. I know a lot of people that go through that. Real money's a terrifying thing. Money's our lifeblood. We talked about this on the stream before. Money is our lifeblood. You don't have money, you're in a lot of trouble. You do have money, life is less stressful. So when you're putting that lifeline capital at risk, it can be pretty terrifying. So it takes time. That's the answer. It's going to take you time. You're going to have to be patient with the process. Combines, your mind knows this isn't real money. It's a test to get into real money. And so your mind knows that. When you go to the real money stage of things, your mind goes, oh my goodness, this is real money. I can take payouts from this. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. It's just going to take time. I wish there was a button I could push. Boop. It would change that for you. There's not. Holy smokes, who caught this bounce? 40 handle bounce here off the lows. Who caught this thing? Oh my goodness. Does everyone on Topstep wear pants, or do y'all just poo bear it every day? I'm wearing some pants today. Sorry to disappoint. Paul says, I used to have an aunt that likes to drink Coca-Cola bottles, and whenever she opens a bottle, she bends the cork with her... What? She bends the cork with her teeth and drops it inside the cola? What? What in the world? That's a very strange thing. Hey, Ribs, did you put in the good word to get the Spaceman BTC indicator on Topstep? I think a lot of people have suggested that in the old suggestion box. Oh my gosh, it's 50 handles now. What is going on this bounce? RIP to any shorts that took that short there. That's a shame. But that's also what it looks like when you see stops being popped from people who were short. So I'm sure a lot of people got paid there. Naked trading. Nah, I'm wearing pants. Was it an MC level? Go figure. American Pride says, I was about to set an order at 601s, but I had to take a phone call and I missed it. It's okay. Good news is the market's going to give us plenty more opportunities to trade. Promise you. Love to have the bar countdown work on the tick charts. Does it not? Well, I mean, what is it going to count down? The amount of ticks? Yeah, I guess that's exactly what it's going to count down, you dingus Ribs. Does it not? Actually, you know what's funny is like that's kind of a core component of being a tick trader, isn't it? The amount of ticks that remain in the bar. That's like a core component. How is that actually missing? That's kind of weird, isn't it? That's like a core component of being a tick trader. I remember that. I used to trade a 2000 tick chart. When I was trading TPOs and footprints, I dabbled in being a 2000 tick trader. You need that countdown. I just realized that. Why don't they have that? That seems weird, actually, now that I think about it. What is that? 2,000 ticks? They don't have a tick countdown anywhere. Is it nowhere? They don't have it anywhere. That's crazy. You can show volume, watch, and count it. Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, but it's not the same, though. You want it counting down. I don't ever remember having because I traded TPOs and footprints on Sierra. Ooh. The grandpa's platform, Sierra charts. We need a tick counter. No kidding, right? That's weird. I'm actually surprised by that. Let's see here. I get nervous in my combine, even stressed. Been 2 years trading futures, and the only time I passed a combine, I passed in 1 week, but was over 1165, got tilted and blew it before I got the XFA. 2 years is infancy in this industry. It's going to take a lot of time. A lot of time. Like I said, for me, it was like year 3 of trading 8+ hours every single day. And every single day you think you're like, I finally got it. No, you don't. Pain, torture. It just takes a lot of time. You got to really enjoy it too. Because I stopped enjoying it for a while, and that's when I took a break. I stopped enjoying trading for quite some time, and taking a break was the only thing that got me loving it again. Mr. Moon says, Rips, I'm on year 4, and just now am feeling that I can really create a solid income from these markets. Nice, definitely takes time. I'm now numb to wins and losses. There you go, that helps out a lot. What was it for you personally, Mr. Moon, that you felt the switch where you could finally distance yourself from the emotional attachment to the wins and losses? What platform do I use? TradingView for my charts right now. I used to use eSignal, and before that Sierra and other charting platforms, but TradingView is what I use for charts, and I think it's one of the best, most cost-effective charting platforms out there. For my trades, this is Topstep X. That's what I'm using currently for my trading. I'm wearing a seatbelt and a helmet for this open. I don't blame you. Well, we got about 3 more minutes together, folks. 3 more minutes together. And we have 140 likes to cover. 139 now. Do you think we could do it? Do you think we could do it? Chuvasco says, I think I'm there, Rips. Really consider taking a few months off. I'm just really consistent. I will go 5 to 7 days green and then faceplant like an idiot. A break might also be good. Yeah. I agree. I'm with you on that one. A break will not hurt you. I'll tell you that much. Lucky Cat says, I took a year and a half off, then came back. Actually started off well, but just didn't have enough capital and got frustrated. How much of a godsend are props then for you? I would assume that props are probably helping you out quite a bit. What are the trade hours periods over Christmas? We'll get an email from Topstep that will let us know what the trading hours are. All right, we're done. 2 minutes left, folks. 2 minutes. I'm on month 3 and loving the learning journey. I love that. Oh, month 3 is very, very, very early on in your journey. Let's end the poll here. Let's see. 44% say above 6,000 in the S&Ps. Not bad. Not bad. That ES bounce was the 50 EMA. EMAs for the win. I love it. Still in diapers. Oh, I love it. How long did it take you to become profitable where you don't have to work to become your own boss? For me personally, I mean, I've started and owned companies, sold companies. I've never had a boss ever. But with trading, I always looked at it initially as supplemental income. Like, take your extra fun money that you have on the side, put it in the markets and trade it. And this was outside of like my investing capital. And it really only started to take shape about 3.5 years in, 3 years in was when it was like, okay, this could work. Does work history count on experience? Yeah, for sure. I don't see why not. I'm on month 6 and I passed my first prop challenge on Apex and had a really tough 3 weeks of drawdown in the funded account. Blew it. Learning lessons, currently 3% away from passing Topstep X. There you go. Very nice. 40 seconds, folks. 40 seconds. When do we get an office tour? 2025, we might be expanding upon the YouTube stuff. So, asking for 70% of the viewers to like the stream seems like a stretch. Yeah, some days we get it, some days we don't, you know? When I stopped, I was back and forth, break even made a little bit. It's been about 2 years now since I started. I'm finally getting where I want to be. Nice. Love that. All right. 10 more seconds, folks. 10 more seconds to get 41 likes. So close. So close. Every time. We're always just right there. All right. Well, tomorrow's Friday. That's the good news. Tomorrow is Friday all day long. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be trading together. We're going to lock it up here. $858 in the profit, trading our Topstep live funded account. We're going to continue trading the Discord. Folks in Discord, don't go anywhere. But folks here on YouTube, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Go check out Topstep TV. I'm sure they're doing something fun over there. I think Mohammed's on. So go give him your loving support there. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you bright and early on the morrow. Take care, everybody. And we'll see you then.
Already rolled. I think we might have seen some new shorts coming into this market. Time will tell, but that's just a preliminary guess on my part. Here is a look at the 30-minute chart. Actually, I'm going to go back to the daily and get rid of this circle. All right, here is our 30-minute chart. Here's a basically our move from yesterday. We all watched it happen in real time. If you were here with us, we were streaming straight from group coaching through the Fed announcement through the rest of the day. We watched everything happen in real time. We were talking about it. We didn't really trade around it. We were looking for a specific move that didn't happen. But yesterday's price action is pretty choppy leading up to the Fed announcement. Then, yeah, boom, we got this big move here. 99 out of 100 times, I would say that the play is to fade the initial move after a Fed announcement. You're always going to get that knee-jerk reaction. It's a head fake to wipe out some liquidity, take out all those smaller weak-handed traders before the market comes back to make the move. We did not see that yesterday. Like I said, 99 times out of 100, that's the move I'm expecting. A knee-jerk reaction followed by another move, a violent move in the opposite direction. Yesterday, we got continuation off the knee-jerk reaction. First move was down. We consolidated for a bit around weekly kickoff low, 60.82. If you were in there, you heard us talking about 60.82. Initially held on the way down. We chopped around for about 15 minutes and then just fell right out of bed once again. There was no turning back after that. This morning, overnight inventory looks to be a little bit long into the open. We're trading inside range, but below value from yesterday. So, again, it's not often that you see back-to-back huge range days in equities. So if we do move back inside value from yesterday, I'm thinking it would be very difficult to trade all the way back up to test yesterday's value area high, which we have at 61.48. That's on your Topstep daily levels indicators on the Topstep X platform. You'll get all those levels in there. So 61.48 is a pretty hefty move to make after a huge down day. You need a huge up day after a huge down day, which doesn't typically happen in equities, like I said. So early on, I'll be looking for a hangover type of day, drifting sideways, maybe a little higher. I'm expecting to see some choppy trade, obviously. Maybe a slow grind higher to fill some of those single prints that we made on the way down here yesterday. But like Hogue says, the market likes to make a fool out of us, or make liars out of us, I should say. So I'm not falling in love with this early bias. I'm going to be flexible. If we start seeing acceptance of lower prices again, then I'm going to go out and try and get on the right side of the market. I'm not going to go out there picking bottoms immediately. If that's your game, at least wait for some structure before you start trying to pick some bottoms. Let price dictate. Let price tell you that it's thinking about going higher instead of just arbitrarily buying new lows because you don't think it can go any lower. Go with the momentum today is what I'm basically trying to say. Momentum will be the play today. All right. On to our NASDAQ chart. Things are looking a little bit different on the daily chart with the NASDAQ. So we still had our big move down yesterday after the Fed announcement, but our trend line that we drew the other day here is still intact. It's still holding. We tested it again. We traded below it, came back to close above it, tested it again in the overnight session, and now we're trading back above our weekly kickoff high, which is at 21,478. We touched this line about a half a dozen times going back to early August. So it remains a pretty strong support line. It'll be a nice line in the sand for today. And it's keeping our uptrend intact for the most part. As far as volume goes yesterday, well, yesterday was closed. I would say settlement was 813 points lower on the NASDAQ. The entire range for the day was over 1,000 points. So it was a huge move. Volume and open interest, March contract, 734,000 contracts trade added, just over 30,000 in open interest. Again, like I said with the ES, it could have something to do with the roll. It could also have something to do with new short positions coming into the market on that break yesterday. Time will tell. We'll know pretty soon, I think. On to the 30-minute. I'm getting a little long-winded here. All right, here is our 30-minute price action from yesterday. Pretty similar to the ES on the 30-minute chart. We have our choppy trade here leading into the Fed announcement, then our deep break. That's a 1,000-point move right there, folks. That was a huge move in about 2 hours. Just talk about a widowmaker if you're on the wrong side of that one. We had a moment of consolidation, just like in the ES at our weekly kickoff low at 22,080, just before falling right out of bed again. Overnight, we spent some time chopping around settlement price. Settlement price is at 21,502. You see that on your Topstep X platform, Topstep daily levels indicator. Overnight inventory looks to be a little long now, just like the ES. I'm looking for, same as like I said with the ES, I'm looking for a hangover type of day in equities today. I don't really anticipate recovering this full 1,000 point move today, but we could see a steady grind higher back to do some back and fill on some of those single prints that we made on the move lower. We have a whole lot of single prints on the way down. A lot of business was missed there. So prices do have a tendency to come back and refill those single print gaps and generate a little more liquidity. Again, though, I'm not falling in love with this early bias. Dolby, I just had a glance at the chat. Every time I see Dolby type something, I have to look. Again, I'm not falling in love with my initial bias here. It's important to be adaptable. Tip of the week, be adaptable, folks. So if momentum starts building to the downside again, then I'm going to do my best to be on the right side of the market today. All right, on to our crude oil. Another chart pattern we talked about earlier this week. My line keeps moving on the chart. Let me just fix that up a little bit. Same pattern that we've been talking about in the ES, that descending triangle. This is just on a much, much larger scale, folks. This pattern goes back over a year, whereas the pattern that we were looking at in the ES was just a couple weeks. So again, we have our flat support line here, which has been tested twice. We have our descending resistance line here, which has been tested 4 times, going back to September of 2023. We're seeing, that those decent drops in buying volume on the rallies and increased selling volume on the breaks, which is a type of volume pattern you want to see with this chart pattern. Typically, this is known as a bearish pattern. So we would be expecting to see a breakout to the downside. Is that going to happen? Only time will tell. But zooming into our most recent price action, we are range bound still, folks. Been talking about this all week. This is the range trader's delight. This is a cash register for you sideways range traders. For the last 2 months, more than that, we'll call it 2 months, just drifting sideways. Our weekly kickoff levels haven't changed a whole lot. 7140 weekly kickoff high, 6690 weekly kickoff low. Even for the December contract, weekly kickoff low was 6690, weekly kickoff high was 7120. So only a 20-point difference, or a 20-cent difference in the weekly kickoff high from the December to March contracts. I'm going to show the 4-hour just real quick so you can get a better look at what this range is looking like. There we are. We're sort of on the upper end. We're in the upper third of the range right now. If you can catch a piece of this range, you got to keep trading the range until it's time to stop playing the range, right? You wait for those breakouts, and or when those breakouts come, you can get out and get on the right side. But right now, this market is moving sideways. Take a look at the 30-minute chart. Pardon me. All right, so yesterday we opened with a gap higher. It looked like we were going to make a move back to test last week's high up here at 70.94. Didn't really get there. We petered out after those petroleum status report results were posted. Inventories were down about 900,000 barrels, I believe. That was still better than the previous week, so prices started to drift a little lower after that. After the Fed announcement, we got a nice break back down to fill that overnight gap and settle back nicely into range from Tuesday. Overnight, we were long going into the 8 o'clock Central Time open. Tested yesterday's value area low at 71.60 here, bounced back off that a little bit. Now we're trading back in range in value from yesterday. We did not open with a gap lower. We opened up in range and in value. We're trading back up to 70.57, which is, I should know this, yesterday's value area high. Tested yesterday's value area high, so came back through. Through yesterday's volume point of control at 70.38, right back up to yesterday's value area high. So we are trading in range, in value from yesterday. So we sit tight, we stay patient, and we look for better trade locations in crude oil this morning. All right, I'm going to whip through gold real quick. We had this nice, massive Dolby Dorito breakout yesterday. Volume wasn't too impressive, but we are still looking at a breakout in gold of this nice triangle pattern in crude oil. Again, quick word on volume and open interest. Let me pull it up for gold. I just had it. Gold traded 156,000 contracts yesterday, lost 3,700 in open interest. So was this maybe a little flush out, a little liquidity grab? I don't know. We did pop to test weekly kickoff low overnight, 26.39, and have since taken back most of that overnight rally. Regular trading hours open at 7:20 a.m. Central Time. Oh, I just closed that out. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart real fast.
Sounds good.
All right. Settlement and value areas. Something to note, they can be a little skewed in the gold market just because gold futures settle at 12:30 Central Time, right? I know we've talked about this. Hogue has talked about this extensively. So it's technically the end of regular trading hours in the gold market. But it goes on to trade for another 4 hours after it settles. That's why you have settlement price all the way up here in gold. And our last price traded was $25.99.60. So that's what is that? $54 difference between settlement price and last price traded. You have to keep things like this in mind when you're trading gold. The charts can look skewed. You got to get the full picture. You have to go into a lower time frame, with a 1 hour, a 4 hour, a 1 hour, a 30-minute, 15-minute chart even, to get the full picture of what's happening in gold. If you're just going strictly off settlement price, it can get a little skewed on these big move days. All right, anyway, so overnight, inventory was getting long into the 720 open. We've since made a pullback. We ran up to weekly kickoff low at 26.39. We've pulled back. We did return to fill some of those single prints left by yesterday's break, but we're still opening the day with a bit of a session gap lower, meaning we're opening below yesterday's low, regular trading hours low. So what does that mean to us? It means gap rules sort of apply today. We look for a return to fill that session gap, or we look for opportunities in the direction of the gap, which in this case would be to the downside. That's it, guys. We got 1 minute left to the bell. We're going to get everybody else in here real quick. We're going to take a short break. Andre, take us out. Sorry, I went a little long there.
All good. I think we're just going to roll. We're just going to roll right into the fast markets, JD. So you get out of here, do your prep work for the rest of the fast markets. We're just going to roll right into this with me. Markets are open, everybody. We got, just so you guys know, we got Jerome and Mohammed joining us today on fast markets. We're now open, baby. Let's go. Let's
I'll hang out. I'm going to hang out with you for a few minutes until they get her, Dre. Got my charts open, pull up my live account.
Oh, baby. All right, here we go. I just want to let them know we got Jerome and Mohammed joining us live on Fast Markets. This is the very first time they will ever be joining us together. Buckle up. Let's see how that happens there. Jerome number 24 on the big board. I will be here. Got a couple more combines to trade. We'll see how it goes. Right now, we are open after the huge down day in futures. So last trade in the NASDAQ, 21,670. 670 is now low overnight, 21,536. Very interesting to see how we trade this out. How this open goes down. We got 73% long on the tilt in the NASDAQ. And the S&P's last trade, 59.90. 59.90.
Look at that. Really tilted to the long side.
Yeah. I'm wondering what they do with these 6,000s. I'm sure 6,000 is the big key level. Hello, who's here?
Jerome.
Yes.
Jerome. Hello.
Welcome, Jerome.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Everybody.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
Oh boy,
very good.
Interesting.
How did you handle that move yesterday, Jerome? We saw you in the chat. What was the what was the trading like for you?
I didn't trade yesterday evening, but that's the Master Jedi Jerome. That's the Jerome trade. So that's when you flushed like 1,000 points down. That's the
Yes.
real Jerome, the OG. So yeah, impressive. What a move.
Yes, it was Jerome. It was funny. Yes, that is the power of Jerome Powell. What he said. But here we go. We got huge heavy tilts here in the Nasdaq. 84% long in the Nasdaq right now. 80% long in the ES. We are pumping higher here.
We're seeing that drift. We're seeing that drift higher. Still got some ways to go to take back yesterday's value area low, which is at 21,814.
Okay.
Right. I got 805.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, I can see the market pushing back up to reach this zone. So between 21,920 and 21,800. So this is the zone of the Fibonacci levels, the 618 and the 0.5. So usually after a big sell-off, we usually have a retracement into this zone of Fibonacci, but then that's the market jobs to tell us if we continue back up or if we retrace back down. So I'm waiting. I've been sitting on my hands. I locked myself out until in 12 minutes because usually when there's a bigger than usual daily range on the Nasdaq, I don't want to trade the Globex or London session, and I will probably try at least one trade this afternoon. But yeah, because we have crazy movements, we've seen yesterday 200, 300 points flushing down, and then or 400, and then 250 points back up, and then a retracement 500 points down. So of course it's not going to happen again today, but we can clearly have like 50 points 5-minute candles, and 5 minutes later a retracement. So today is a type of I can hear Hogue saying Simone take type of day, because it can be choppy but with very big range. So yes, patience today, and we'll see if we have opportunities.
Said Jerome.
Order
Well said.
filled.
All right, very good. JD, we'll check back in with you here in a little bit.
Sounds good. I see our boy in the back.
Yes. Who is that? Oh boy, here we go. ES now above 6,000. Last trade 6,002, 6,003. Here we go. Yes, we'll bring him in. I see the man. Saudi Arabia in the house. We got France in the house. The United States in the house. This is just global. The United Nations convening here in Topstep TV. We got buyers coming here in the S&Ps above 6,000. 603 last trade. Dow shot out of a can as well, moving higher here. Last trade in the Dow, 43,000. Remember, Dow was on a 10-day losing streak. 10-day losing streak in the Dow Jones. Let's see if it can finally snap the streak. That's 2 weeks worth of down days. See,
I felt sad yesterday.
Why?
We were saying, because Dow was quitting, like exiting this nine streak, like red day in a row, and then Jerome started to speak and smash the whole green day that happened on the Dow, and it was crazy. It was up like 150 and it like down 1,000.
We had a chance. Oh, welcome aboard. Everybody thinks moving fast and furious here on Fast Markets. Mr. Mohammed, what's up, my man?
Yes. How are you, everyone? I smell blood everywhere. Hello, Jerome. Hello. It's very nice to see you. Being live with you.
Pleasure to be here today. Yeah.
I thank you. Me too. I bet that there is a cult keep saying Jerome all day yesterday.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Saying Jerome around the fire or something like that.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh boy, what a day. Mohammed, what are your thoughts on how yesterday traded? I mean, don't come crying to Mohammed if you try to get long yesterday. It was just it was just look up below.
No tear left. Man. You cannot even cry if you try to be long. You'll be somewhere dead in the street. Yesterday, actually, I was calling it out before the news, so I wasn't trading at the time. But today it will be difficult. Usually after a strong rally or a strong blood day like yesterday, the next day is difficult. And why is that? You have to get back to the psychology of the market. People love to have an opinion, a lot of thoughts. They think, the market can take back all the losses yesterday, or the market will range bound, or the market will continue going lower. They think this is only three options, and that's totally wrong. The market can do multiple things that you are not aware of. It can go higher and lower. It can go lower, 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 and higher. It can go range, and higher and lower. So it's a lot of different things that can happen. So don't just believe that, oh, the market has only three things to do: go higher or lower or range bound. Yes, that's easy to say in a training course. But in reality, the market can do a lot of things that you cannot afford in trading. So what is the golden rule in trading? Is only one thing: trade what you see, not what you think. Trade what you see. So first of all, you have to see. Don't think. Don't say, oh, yesterday is gone. Yesterday is gone. Okay, so what we are seeing, we will consider the drop, of course, because we see this drop. We all see this drop. So this drop is a factor of what might happen today. But the most important thing, what is the market is doing today? So the market started here. All of this are yesterday. Don't consider it right now. Yeah, we have a bearish bias. Yes, that yesterday. Today, what the market did, they did double top, and they did triple bottom. So it started like a range.
Yes.
Okay, so trade it like a range. Range, go to the extension number 1, extension number 2, extension number 3, extension number 5, and trade within those. There is major pivot from yesterday or single prints. Okay, yeah, it can play a major level for you today, like what we see. Also, if you see a small grind, all of this what we are seeing, you keep hearing me, if you see. So we are seeing things. So make sure to draw the major trend line, because this trend line is all what buyers are standing on. If this is broken and retested, that means we are looking to visit that low again. So let me ask you something. Which one is easier? Is it easier for the market to go all the way up for yesterday levels, or it's easier to go down to visit the low? What do you think, Jerome?
Jerome, what do you think?
Oh, it makes sense to go down to go back up for me, as much as it makes sense to go up to come back down, right? It's all about liquidity and what Hope always says about passive buyers, aggressive buyers, passive sellers, aggressive sellers, which is something I don't master on like the tape, the ladder, all these things. But I am approaching to understand more and more every day with the candles, what candle prints and all this stuff. So, for example, right now we can see the low of the opening range of the 15 minutes opening range, which is 568 right now. We can see that the range sort of described. I drew a line at 566.75, so around this level, 565, 570ish. That's a level where we had weak support and resistance previously.